Last Thanksgiving, I made the best hot sauce ever, and it was totally by accident. One ingredient changed the whole game. Let me show you. I have all these habaneros that I had collected through the summer from my 3-year-old habanero plant, and I had been freezing them. So I needed to make something around the habaneros. I decided to make a sauce. I opened the fridge day after Thanksgiving, and I'm looking for ingredients to add. And I see a couple Honeycrisp apples and the other ingredient that I add that ends up being the secret ingredient. And I think that ingredient is what made this thing work. I had no recipe. I just threw it together with some leftovers from the fridge and some of the spices I'd made during the summer. And it ended up being the best sauce I've ever made. Let's see if we can recreate that sauce I made last year. Fair warning, I was winging it last year, so I'm going to do my best to recreate the lightning in a bottle I captured last year. I think I've got it. Let's go. Olive oil. Onions from my garden. Dried Anaheim chili. If there's a little few seeds in it, it won't matter because I'm going to strain it later. Honeycrisp apples. They're in pretty big chunks, but I'm going to blend them all up later, so it doesn't matter. Garlic, roughly chopped. I'm going to add a little bit of water to get this going a little bit. I have it on medium-high heat. I'm going to add a little bit of my smoked paprika that I made. Give it a smoky flavor. Some of my onion powder. And it's super sweet. Really, really tasty. A little bit of my celery salt. And a good pinch of salt. I'm going to let this cook down for a while. All right, these have cooked down a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Just starting to soften up. I'm going to add my habaneros now. A good amount of them. There's some seeds in there, but again, I'm going to strain it later, so this is what I highly recommend having on your exhaust fan. I'm going to add a couple other spices here just to keep it with the Thanksgiving vibe. A little ground cinnamon. And some brown sugar. So I've got my jalapenos, my apples in here, my Honeycrisp apples. I've got my jalapenos, my onions, my garlic, my spices. And if you haven't guessed the secret ingredient by now, yep, canned cranberry sauce, the jellied kind. I had some leftover cranberry sauce that I didn't want to go to waste. I decided to add it. Thought it might add a nice color, a little tang, and it sure does. It's the secret ingredient. Wait till you see the color this brings on. Okay, now you take your trusty immersion blender. If you don't have one of these, I recommend getting one. They're great. And just start slow, getting the chunks I added a little bit more apple cider vinegar just to thin it down a little bit. And now I'm going to strain it, get it ready for bottles. The taste. It's sweet. I can taste the cinnamon. I can taste all the spices. It's really good, and it's hot. But anyway, it tastes great. I think I may have pulled it off. The color isn't quite as deep as it was last year, and I think I used more apples this year than I did last. But it's got great flavor. It's a sweet sauce, so if you like that, it's a fruity, sweet, hot sauce. But it's good. All right, I'm just gonna strain this into this pitcher and use a strainer and work it through. I guess I better get it closer. It's pretty thick sauce right now. Now you can always thin it down with a little more vinegar or water, but a lot of that thickness is gonna go away. You could use it just like this if you wanted to. Put it in a jar and spoon it out with a spoon, you know, and just use it as a thicker sauce, salsa or something on top of your food, and you can see all the mash that's left behind. I've tried dehydrating it, and it works to dehydrate this mash and make a powder out of it. But my experience is this mash kind of sticks together for some reason when you make a powder out of it. It's not quite as, you know, nice as it would be if you just took dried peppers and do it. So here you can see my strained sauce. It's got a nice consistency. It's a little thick. You could thin that down if you wanted a little bit. But I like that right there. There's my sauce. All right, there's our finished sauce. It's got a nice consistency to it. I added just a little bit more vinegar to get it to flow so it'll come out of the bottles easily. I like it. I get these bottles on Amazon. You can get them. I can share a link if you'd like to know where to get them, but they're fairly cheap. They come with little stoppers and caps. I bought this little kit here too that has all these different funnels and cleaning accessories for your filling the bottles. I can also look for a link on that too. Filling the bottles is simply putting the funnel in and slowly drizzle this in. There's one. Oh, it's going to make quite a few bottles of sauce. I need to get some more bottles ready. Well, there you have it. The way I came up with my favorite sauce. Kind of an accident. Just throwing some stuff together, but it ended up being a hit. I hope you try it. I need to come up with some type of clever name for this. Like Pilgrim's Fire or something catchy. Put a label on it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked this video. Give me a thumbs up. And I appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye. If you want to learn how to turn your fresh peppers into powders, check out the next video.